everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of Nindies and Indies, a Nintendo fan podcast. I'm your host, ScrapGear. Joining me, as always, my good buddy, Draco Augustus. How's it going, man?
Hey, man. It's been a while.
It's
been good, but it's been a while.
Between vacation, sick kids, and holidays, it's been a little bit.
Been playing some games, though, which is good.
Yeah. Usually, I have you go first. I think for today's episode, or this week's episode, I'm going to go first because I've been playing very little. I've been picking at some games here and there, nothing to really talk about. I remembered why I got stuck and was leaving the cave that I was playing Octopath Traveler in, because I went to go fight the boss again with my secondary team and got wiped, like super bad.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, that's why I was leaving that cave. Right. So I've been picking away at that. I need to play more of it because I still haven't finished Octopath Traveler. Again, like, I feel it's a great game. Gorgeous. Interesting characters. The stories are a little muddled just because, like, the main characters don't really interact during the stories until you get to a certain point. But, like, if you're doing one character's main story, maybe one of your party members will chime in and say something at some point. It's a little weird. But the main thing that I've been playing is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I finally was like, you know what?
I'm playing that.
I need to just sit down and I need to just play this. And actually, right before we started recording, I had just finished episode 3 and getting and completing all the challenges for that. So I now have all episodes 1, 2, and 3. I've got all of the gems and the main challenge for each thing. There is a time challenge for completing stuff, and I don't know if I don't know if that does anything. But like, there's one that's like, oh yeah, beat this in 5 seconds. I'm like, the Switch controls on the TV are not that intuitive to be like boom boom, because it's one of those ones with like the touch panels and you gotta like shift where you've got the Joy-Con or the Pro Controller with the little ball to be like, click on that one. Doing it in 5 seconds, that's not gonna happen.
I'm pretty sure you can use a touch screen.
Oh yeah, there was a boss that I had to do where I had to beat the game. I had to beat that level using only so many touches. I think it was like 10 for shifting some of the platforms. And I had to do that with the touchscreen because, like, you're also trying to not get hit either. So, like, trying to time things and go, it's like, it's going to be much easier if I just do this undocked and just use the touchscreen.
Yeah.
So yeah, all I have left to do now is the bonus stages, which there's a few levels that are based off of Super Mario Odyssey. And then I think it's the original bonus levels from the Wii U game. So
okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one that I would have liked to pick up, and I think the kids were actually interested in it, but it just didn't happen. It just wasn't the right time, and but that game does look fun, and I like Rory will still open up his demo on his Switch every now and then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's like the best thing for him, by the way, is like just have a bunch of different demos, and he will like, because he doesn't need to play any more of a game to have fun from it. You know, he's 5. Like, I kind of remember like when I was that age, like I probably played the first level of Super Mario like a million times because I couldn't get past the second level, but there, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Oh yeah. But yeah, honestly, like, that's really all that I've played. I played a little bit of Arena of Valor, and by a little bit, I mean I played like a match or two and went, wait, did I not get anything for
like
playing in the beta?
45 minutes.
Yeah. It's like, did I not get anything for doing the beta? No? Oh, okay, cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Have you gotten all the stuff though? Like all your, like, because if you play like so many days in a row and stuff,
no. Like I need to be in the mood to play a multiplayer game, and I haven't even been in a huge mood to be like, man, I just need to sit down and play the crap out of some games. And I haven't been quite in that mood. It's been snowy and crappy up here. Mix of snow and rain, just off and on constantly. So I'm just at that point in the year where it's just like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Just want to sit on the couch and watch Netflix.
Yeah. We actually need to catch up on a lot of shows, and I started Castlevania season 2 today.
Yeah.
Which
I finished the first. I had finally sat down and finished the first season like a week before the second season came out, and then like the next day I watched all of the second season, which was fantastic. And then I went and I couldn't remember where I left off in Seven Deadly Sins, so I rewatched that one from the beginning and watched both of those seasons.
That's a good one. I need to rewatch that one again too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been like 4 years since the first season came out on Netflix, so I was like, man, I don't remember. I started to watch the first episode of the official season 2, and I'm like, man, I don't remember any of this stuff. I need to just start from the beginning.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those shows where like you remember cool parts happening in it, but like as far as like the details of the story goes, it's kind of like, wait, I thought this person got killed, or I mean, you forget the details on stuff like that.
Yeah, like a lot of it was just like flashes from the final battle. It's like, I remember the final battle. I kind of remember how that fight went. No, I don't. I need to. It's just like, I couldn't even remember the guy's name. Like I remembered Meliodas,
and
that was about it.
That's it. There's like Meliodas and Brienne is the giant girl, and I forget the princess's name, like one of the main characters. Elizabeth,
yeah, it's Elizabeth. There's Bon.
Bon. He's like my favorite.
Yeah, he's awesome. King. Is the other one. Harlequin. And then Merlin played a big part in this one.
Oh, really?
In this season, yeah. She was around for a lot more of it than just the very end. Also,
the very last episode,
you get to meet the seventh deadly sin. What's his name? I can't even remember it. Escador. Or Escanor, or something like that. He's
spoilers.
No. Well, you saw the poster with his name on it at the beginning, and then they mention it at the end of the first season. That just like, oh yeah, we still need to find him. He's got an interesting power. I won't say anything about it, but it's interesting. Like, he's probably one of my favorite characters. He's a little, well, I say little. He's like super OP.
Yeah, I'll have to catch up on that. So, as far as Castlevania goes. I'm only 3 episodes in the second season, but do you think that they could be setting up for? First of all, I think that Castlevania is going to be one of the next NES Online, or you know what I mean. The next game's coming to
that'd be nice, yeah,
to the Switch. And with Simon and Richter being in Smash. I'm going to go ahead and predict that Game Awards are coming up soon. We might see some sort of Castlevania announcement. I think that'd be cool. What do you think?
Well, except that Konami doesn't do video games anymore, and they own the video game rights to Castlevania.
Yeah. What about
I would love to hear them just be like, hey, here's a bunch of the Castlevania classics remastered for the Switch.
Yeah,
here's a little bit of an update, and like, here's a Castlevania collection, because I would love to just sit down and play through a ton of the games again, like especially some of the PlayStation 2 ones. Which have you? Let's see, 3 episodes in. Have you met Hector yet?
The gray-haired
Forge
human.
Master.
Yeah,
the Devil Forge Master. He is the main character of Curse of Darkness. The second PlayStation 2 Castlevania game, and I was really excited to see him. I was like, is that who I think it is? Is it? It is! Yes! Excellent! They're pulling from the game. They did change his counterpart, Isaac. Same name, which was cool, and the only other Devil Forge Master. But he's like... in the anime, he's the tall, bald, black guy who is very, very... He's very close with Dracula, but he's very, very... serious and very straightforward on like, okay, this is my opinion on stuff, this is how I do it, but he's very calm and collected. The Isaac from the Curse of Darkness game is super pale, kind of like a emo pixie cut red hair, and he's just a psychopath. So completely different character, but
this guy's pretty crazy.
I mean, he's crazy, but like he's more calm, collected crazy, whereas the Isaac from the game is just psychopath, like kind of.
Oh wow.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Also, have they gone into the Belmont family vault yet?
No, I haven't gotten that far yet.
Man. Okay. We'll talk. We'll have to talk about
what they want to do.
Yeah.
And the Dracula's war party people.
It's been like a month and a half since I've watched it, so I can't remember exactly where 3 episodes was. But
they just basically said like we need to go camp on the Belmont.
I'm gonna kind of spoil something for you.
Oh no!
But it's not a big spoiler. Afterwards, after you find out about that, I'll talk to you a bit more about like what is a big like. Oh man, if you've played the Lament of Innocence, I believe is what the first PlayStation 2 Castlevania game is. You play as Leon Belmont, who's the first of the Belmont clan. And when they picked up, it's like if you play that one, that's the origin of the vampire killer whip that all of the Belmonts use.
Yeah.
And like it shows a portrait of him, and Trevor talks about him just a little bit. Like they don't go into a whole lot of it, but like me having played the crap out of that game, I'm like, ooh, that means I know who so and so is and like his backstory. Yeah, but once you get there, I'll talk to you a bit more about it. But yeah,
cool, man. I'm excited.
There was an interview that I read where it's like the guy who's writing it has never actually played any of the Castlevania games, but he's pulling from the lore and trying to keep as close to like the facts and stuff. Like he's bending some of the stuff, but for the most part, like he wants to keep it like within the bounds,
canon, kinda?
Yeah, within the bounds of the canon for from the games, which is awesome, which makes the series even better.
Yeah, for sure. That is awesome.
In any case, now that we've gushed over anime and some video
Castlevania.
Game, yeah.
Hey, Castlevania, that's pretty Nintendo right there.
That's pretty Nintendo. But like I said, all I really played this week and recently is just Captain Toad. What have you been playing, my friend?
I have been playing a lot of stuff. First, I'll start with I went to London, which was tons of fun. I won't go over everything I did there, but the one thing I did get to do, which pertains to our podcast, is I went to the Red Bull Gaming Sphere.
Nice.
Which was really cool. It's just this like underground kind of warehouse thing that just had a ton of computers, big monitors. They even had like a VR area. Like it was cool. Google it and you'll see what it is. It's fairly self-explanatory. I was really hoping for an actual sphere somewhere, but there's not one. I was hoping.
Is the building
for,
at least in a circle?
No.
Uh-huh.
I was like, whenever I first heard that it was the Red Bull Gaming Sphere, I was like picturing like this big metal like globe,
like
thing
the Epcot
you, like, walk
globe.
Up into. Yeah, maybe something like that, or like in what I imagined the dance club they went to in Ready Player One would be like.
Well, I can tell you right now, I'm pretty sure nobody's going to be floating around. So
yeah, I know my expectations were high, but it was still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I basically just logged on and played some Fortnite on PC, and they had controllers that you could plug into your computer because that's how I know how to play Fortnite. I'd be way worse if like I can handle first person shooters or any kind of shooter on mouse and keyboard, but Fortnite just has way too complex like controls as far as switching between building and I wouldn't know what keys did what. So so yeah, I just did that. I only played for like about an hour and a half or 2 hours, just because it was our anniversary trip and I didn't want to like make my wife sit there but she likes Fortnite too, so that's why I played that instead of like Overwatch.
Yeah.
Anyways, while we were there in London having a great time, I saw on the side of one of the big red buses, the double-decker buses, ad for Diablo 3 on the Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
And guess what I did the next day?
You bought Diablo 3.
I did. I found a game store in London called Game, which I think it's basically their version of GameStop. And
Maybe.
And yeah,
we forgive any of our
Diablo
overseas 3 listeners that is like, no, it's not like GameStop. It's not like we have it over here, so it's the best we can compare it to.
Yeah. I mean, it has a bunch of the same kind of stuff, collectibles and games and t-shirts, all that kind of stuff. I actually thought it was cooler than my GameStop here. It was like the same size, but I thought it had better stuff. Anyways, yeah, so I went and bought that, and I've been playing a lot of that. That has been in my Switch ever since we were there.
Thank goodness the Switch isn't region locked.
What?
I said, thank goodness the Switch isn't region locked.
Yeah, right. It was awesome. I thought it was a cool experience that I was able to do that while I was there. That's part of the reason why I wanted to do it, just to see what it's like buying a game over there. Yeah. And the cartridge is a little different. Their rating system is different. So.
Oh yeah, I knew. Their rating system. We used to get some imported Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff when I was working at Bull Moose, and there you can tell like, oh yeah, this is not from here. This is from across the pond.
Yeah.
Or somewhere outside of the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, as far as Diablo 3 goes, it's smooth. It's awesome. I like the controls and everything. I started off as a necromancer because that was my class back in the day on Diablo 2, which I only played a little bit with my friend. I've never been like super into Diablo. I just had friends who were really into Diablo 2, and I played along with them some. But yeah, I'm at level 51 or 52 now on my whatchamacallit, my
necromancer.
Yeah, my seasonal necromancer.
Oh, there you go.
And yeah, I'm just working through it. I've never played the story, so I'm enjoying it. I did have somebody from the Heath and Switch Club jump in one of my games with me, which is awesome that you can do that. Like you can literally jump in and out of somebody else's game. He was just leaving me behind. Like I think he was using a necromancer too, and he had like the teleport move and was using that. Like he was just playing Diablo how pros play freaking Diablo, just like and I was just running around picking up stuff.
You're just like, I'm gonna pick up everything.
Yeah, and so he ended up like we played a little bit, like, which we didn't even message. It was he just jumped in and we started playing. But yeah, I've been meaning to message him actually and just be like, hey man, sorry I was slowing you down there. but yeah, it's really cool, really fun. I'm enjoying the story a bunch. Of course Blizzard just makes awesome games, so I mean yeah. That reminds me of something we could bring up later or we could just do it now. Did you see any of the stuff about the Diablo mobile?
Yes.
Immortal? Oh my goodness, so cringy. Which I was like, they're being a little harsh, but like obviously like
I think okay, quick on that. My opinion is the crowd was a little harsh on that, because they don't know the situation that the higher ups are telling the Diablo team is like, this is what we need you to do right now, or we need you to work on this. Forget working on the next full Diablo. We want to get in on this market. But then like the crew didn't exactly handle the crowd that well either. It's like, don't you all have phones? Well, yeah, but that's not the point that they're trying to get at.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, yeah, but I don't play games on it. I mean, it's just. I was just like,
it's like, these are the people that are here that are playing your games on PC, maybe some console. Like, a lot of Blizzard stuff is mainly PC.
Yeah,
so a
I
lot
was
of
like,
the
these
people
are
that
super
are like,
fans that are mostly all on PC. So,
yeah.
like
So it's like, hey, you should come check out our thing for this. We're doing something with Diablo. And everyone is just immediately like, yeah, Diablo 4. No, you're wrong. Diablo Immortal. And they're like, what is this?
and just quiet. Like, I was just like, oh my goodness.
Like you want to hear crowd's opinion or, energy shift from like supercharged to flat.
Yeah,
Watch
just like,
that.
really? Like, and then the guy asks, is like, is this an April Fool's joke or something? I can't remember. Or, I was just like, oh my goodness. And
yeah.
Anyways, I mean, I'll probably download it, like, because I download phone games, so I don't care. But yeah, it was just, man.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got Diablo 3 on my Switch. It's awesome. I think it fits really well, and I really hope that Blizzard keeps putting stuff on the Switch.
Yeah.
Whether they do some stuff the way Ubisoft did, or bring Overwatch, of course, or even, of course, everyone wants them to bring Hearthstone.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if they brought like Warcraft remastered or something. That would be hard.
Yeah, that would be hard, but like that would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just got back from London now. Yeah, man. Let me find I have notes just to keep me on track. Okay, so get back from London, still playing Diablo 3 all the time. The kids are obsessed with Pokemon by the time we get back, right? Like, they just like, because I think then the Detective Pikachu trailer came out. Which,
man,
man,
that actually looks really, like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh man, but I hadn't watched the trailer, but I had seen a bunch of the thumbnails, and then like I kept seeing a lot of stuff where people were like, man, I'm really excited for this. I was like, was the trailer that good? And then I watched it, I was like, okay, yeah, I can get behind this. I'm not a huge Pikachu fan, but Ryan Reynolds, yeah. When
I first saw the thumbnail, I kind of just thought it was like, a joke, or like somebody made like some fan stuff, because apparently do you remember a little while back whenever they had like all the like real looking Pokemon that
oh yeah
they did with CGI? I think I heard somewhere that like they got that person to make the models for this movie.
That explains why Mr. Mime looks like a creep show.
Yeah. Oh man, nightmare fuel right there. But it was that part was really funny though too. Yeah, I like when I actually went and watched it, I was just like, oh my goodness, this is something I didn't know I wanted so bad, but now I'm really excited for this. You know, like I was just like, Deadpool Pikachu. Like, whatever is like, I'm telling you, they can't understand me, kid. And he's like, hey, do you understand him? Pika Pika. And she's like, oh yeah, Pika Pika, you're so adorable. You're adorable. I was like, oh yes, like it's gonna be great, man.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, super excited about that. So, kids saw that, they're super excited about Pokemon. It's about to be Thanksgiving break for them and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had pre-ordered Let's Go Pikachu at GameStop, but I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to do it. I may just transfer that $5 pre-order over to Smash Brothers. And but then they were doing that, and I was like, I got the pre-order with the Pokeball and everything. I was like, I'm going to do it. And so I just like, it was I think after their last day of school before their break, right after school, I was just like, all right, we're just going over here. And then I took them, and then I was like, oh, I just want to look at something at GameStop, you know? And they're like, okay. So they go in and start looking around. And I was like, hey, kids, come over here, look at this real quick. And I was like, and I just told the guy, I was like, I have a pre-order I wanted to pick up today. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, you can just put it up there on the counter, right, you know, in front of the kids, you know? And and he just did that, and they look up and they're like, oh, like they're just like, ah. Yeah. I mean, they were like literally dressed as like, they had all their Pokemon trainer hats and their
nice
Pokeballs on their belts and stuff. So they were excited about Pokemon, and then that had happened. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and they went nuts for it.
It's like, and that right there is how I won Dad of the Year.
yeah. But yeah, and then it's funny though, they've played it, they've been playing it some, but Elliot wanted to work on his like Fortnite Battle Pass and stuff, and so he actually he got to Pewter City, and I think he beat Brock and everything. But then he got more into Fortnite again, and Megan, my wife, she started playing on Rory's Switch when he would like watch Netflix or something, and she's got like 4 gym badges now. Like she's been playing a bunch, and I haven't even put it in my Switch yet, like because I have fun. Just you pick up a Joy-Con and shake it, and your character can drop in. It's not your character, but it's just like somebody you can run around and play as. And yeah, I've had fun just going through and like playing with Megan or Elliot as they're playing, or Rory. Then I have probably more fun doing that than I would playing on my own, because it's a great game, and it super hits some nostalgic feelings for that, because I like Pokemon Red and Blue were the first ones that I played like all the way through. Probably the first games that I played all the way through, and I collected all the Pokemon, and yeah, so just watching them enjoy it and having fun with them, and then like seeing Megan have some of the same frustrations that I remember having. She like, even though you can see the Pokemon in the wild, and you can dodge them, sometimes they fly right at you, or they like, and she's like, oh my God, I want like
another Zubat.
yeah. And I was like, you have no idea how much better this is than it used to be.
At least you can see it coming, instead of being like, ooh, oh man, it's just another
almost
Zubat.
To the door. Oh,
almost to the door. And then, or like you're trying to, like, I remember Mount Moon spending hours just trying to find a Clefairy, and it's just like Zubat, Parasect, Zubat,
yeah, which it's similar, but they have it a lot better now.
Like you said, and like from what I've seen, you can see the Pokemon, so you can actually try to go and catch the ones that you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, it's been a ton of fun. It makes me really excited about the next gen Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna swipe one of my kids' 2DSs and play Pokemon Sun.
There you go.
Or Moon. Moon is the one that Elliot has. I told him, I was like, hey, I'm just letting you know, I'm gonna start your game over. And he's just like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Because he was playing through it, but like the only time he'd get any further is when I'd help him, or and he just wasn't into it,
Yeah.
Because it was a little more complex for him. But this one he can actually like get through on his own, and he's actually getting better at reading playing it too. So that's good. Anyways, that's enough Pokemon stuff. So Warframe came out a few days ago on Switch, or I guess about a week ago now, probably.
Yep.
I played a little bit of that. I played with some buddies at work. Like, by the way, a ton of people at my work have Switches now. Like, I feel like there's more people that have them than don't, as far as people that I like talk to and know.
Yeah.
Cause I remember I was, there was a guy that he's a swing guy. He goes to other stations, and he came to my station, and he was like, hey man, I heard you play Fortnite, and what do you play? Like, cause he was like, I guess wanted to try it out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah. And I showed him on the Switch, and I was like, how much was this? And I told him, I was like, yeah, this, and and it was before Black Friday, and I was like, they're going to have, the Mario Kart ones. And sure enough, two guys I know actually asked me about that same thing, and both of them got them on Black Friday.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. Like how many people are playing that. And now that we can play with people on Xbox and PlayStation at the same time. Like we've got a crazy Fortnite group going at work, basically.
It's like a cult.
But, yeah. But yeah, so anyways, a few of us started playing Warframe 2. I haven't done gone through probably like the first 5 or so missions. It's super cool and fun to play. But I don't think I'll get as into it as I was Destiny, and I don't know. With Smash coming out, like there's no way I'm gonna
I played a little bit of Warframe. I was a little bummed that first off I couldn't use my username. I tried. It's like, enter your username. I put in my username, and I had the same problem that I did when I originally started Paladins.
Oh yeah.
I went to go put in ScrapGear, and it's like, nah, that is
you're trying
inappropriate.
To say crap.
Yeah, it's like you're just trying to get crap in there. No, you're not allowed to. So like that immediately kind of turned me off to the Switch version of Warframe. Also, like I remember playing it on the Xbox, and I can't transfer my Xbox profile to my Switch one, so like I can't take any of the stuff that I've already got over to that, and it's just like Also,
I really
like,
feel with games like that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You having played it on the Xbox versus the Switch, like you can see like to make it run as smooth as it does on the Switch, like you can definitely see like how much they've turned down some of the graphics on stuff, and so it's just. For me, if I'm gonna play Warframe, I'll probably just load it back on my Xbox and play on there. But for the most part, like if all you have is a Switch or it's something you want to play on the go, like go for it. But again, like you said, with Smash like right around the corner, it's just like maybe I'll wait.
Yeah, like I have it downloaded, and if somebody wants to play with me, I'll play with them. But I just, I probably won't be focusing much on it.
Yeah.
Except for that night that I did for a while. I have my Warframe all red and white, and it looks pretty awesome.
Nice.
But anyways, and I really do like the combat though, like being able to like slide and jump and spin. And
yeah.
I use the staff, and a bow and arrow and the shuriken, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. But like I said, it won't be a time sink for me at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, and of course I've been playing Fortnite with Elliot, and I just finished my battle pass where I got like the last skin, which is like it's a guy that it has several stages, and he starts off, he looks like the blonde kid from Karate Kid that's played by Billy Zabka.
Yeah, I only know Billy Zabka.
Yeah, looks like him
from Cobra Kai.
And then it goes from that to like a Teen Wolf look, like with the fuzzy face, kind of like half wolf, and then it goes into like full blown like werewolf and different color variations of the werewolf. So I have all that. Well, I don't have all the color variants unlocked yet, just because you have to earn experience. But now that I've unlocked that tier, it will roll all that over to as I keep playing. Keep where I can still unlock the color variants. But yeah, that was a really good season. A lot of really cool stuff happened in it. We were talking about Fortnite a little bit, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but, we'll just talk about it a little bit later. I'm sure I'll remember bringing it up when you bring up your thing. Anyways. And then, NES Classic, man, not NES Classic, but the NES Online.
Yes.
Playing the old games. Been playing a bunch of Metroid. Which, oh my goodness, the save states are the only reason I haven't lost my mind in that game. But it's just, I find myself farming for health way too much, and then creating a save state, But yeah, it's fun, but like I want Super Metroid so bad.
I don't know exactly when they did it, because like I've been hopping off and on the NES Classic, but I went to go launch it. I'm like, you know what? I'm waiting for this update to download. I'm gonna go hop in here and see what's going on. And like I hopped in and saw the the special special version or the special deal version for the for Legend of Zelda and for Galaga. Nope.
Gradius.
Gradius. There we go. And I'm like, what is that? Like, why? And I didn't even read the description for it. I just clicked on it for the Legend of Zelda, and it starts you off with like the white tunic, the white sword, a bunch of other really cool stuff. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna do that for Metroid too. But yeah. I also played Twin B, which is another one of the new ones. That's one that I'm pretty sure I've tried like all of them, and some of them are kind of fun, but like I'm just kind of like, I'm not gonna put much time into that. But Twin B, I'm like, this is basically like Galaga, but with bosses.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I got to the second boss and I keep dying on that. I need to make a save state right before I get to the second boss when I have like all the upgrades where I have like the 3 ships and the double cannons and stuff.
Yeah. I need to get back into Ghosts and Goblins because I need to just get through and finish that game.
I can keep getting to about the same point, and that's it.
That's what save states are for me.
I know. I really Metroid was the first game I really started using the save state on, so I need to go through and do that too on Ghosts and Goblins.
How far is it in Ghosts and Goblins that you can get?
Like a little ways past the forest. Like not
when
even
when the ghosts start coming across the screen and going down.
Oh my goodness!
You haven't even made it to the boss yet, my friend.
I know.
He is less fun.
Yeah,
much less.
Sure. Yeah, I need to do a save state on that one right when I get to that forest, and then get through the forest, and then make another save state. Yeah, I need to just utilize the save states way more. Another one that I've been doing a lot of that who knew that I'd just be really good at balloon fight. I actually recorded one where I just like would like take out everybody. I got through the whole. It was like one of the harder levels, and I got through the whole thing in like less than a minute, or like probably like less than 30 seconds. I just like would go backwards and then hit one and like just come down and hit them all, like half of them before they even get off the ground. Anyways, I'm a beast at balloon fight. So
okay. I bet if you watch like a speedrunner go through that, you'd be like, man, he makes me look really bad at this game.
I'm sure. Yeah. But that's one that needs they need to make a new balloon fight. That'd be awesome.
Oh man. Anything else you've been playing, or?
That's about it. Besides like mobile games, like Animal Crossing and Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
those are the only mobile games.
Well then. Were you about to say something?
Yeah, no. I was just saying because I just say
Okay. Well, in that case, let's move on to some news stories. Just a quick couple of news snippets. Nothing that we'll go super in depth on. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that Nintendo is supposed to close their Nintendo Creators Program so as to, as they put it, make it easier for content creators to create Nintendo content just in time for Smash Ultimate to be released.
Heck yeah.
And my only thought on that is like, man, like there are a lot of people on YouTube that stopped doing anything Nintendo because of that to begin with. They are probably like the general Let's Players that are like, oh no, we're not doing Nintendo games because of this. Like they're probably not gonna go back. They might. But like there's a bunch of people that I can think like they didn't do any Super Mario Odyssey Let's Plays because Nintendo Creators Program.
Yeah.
I've had that problem. I did when I was doing some Mario Maker Mondays at one point, and one of the episodes that I did, like my mic was a little too low and the game sound was a little too high. Somehow I had switched the volume on them, and I got slapped with a copyright for it because of the Nintendo music. It was like, but I have it in the Nintendo Creators Program. Why am I getting slapped with a copyright? And
yeah, it sounds. I remember
it
when
convoluted.
It started. Yeah, exactly.
Just a lot of issues.
That's what I was gonna say. Just like wonky and convoluted for sure. Just a weird thing that they did in the first place. But I'm glad it's gone now. I've heard mostly good things I know N64 Josh is excited about it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing.
I was talking to him at one point, and when he was doing like off and on Nintendo videos, and this was before like he really was like, no, I'm solely focusing on Nintendo videos. He had like X amount of views that would have gotten like maybe it probably wouldn't have like paid any of his bills, but like he got 30 cents from Nintendo.
Yeah.
And he was just like, man, that's just not cool.
Yeah. But yeah, they actually talked about it on his last podcast, with Super Nintendo, that on their Nintendo Powercast Mini.
Mm-hmm.
Basically like, he's like, I think it might have cost more for them to send me the money than the actual money I got,
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
yeah. But yeah, so that's cool, because what I'm planning on doing for my New Year's resolution is like, I need to buckle down on my content creation, which is still going to be just a lot of Let's Plays, and that's just because it's easier stuff to do. But yeah, that'll save me from having to be like, okay, log into Nintendo Creators Program. I'm not doing all strictly Nintendo, so I should probably go and make sure that I only go and... Because you can have like your channel set up so that any video you upload automatically gets submitted to the Nintendo Creators Program. Or if you have multiple... But like, you're not allowed to do that if you have content on your channel that's not Nintendo. So you have to go in and individually submit every single one, and it's just it was such a headache.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. This is definitely a good thing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so next little bit, the Smite Founders Pack is available on the Switch, and I think it's live now for anybody who has the Founders Pack. I do not.
I don't either. It's probably not one I'll get. I like Smite. I think it's a great MOBA. But I'll wait till it's free on this one. Paladins to me was like definitely worth it, because it's hero shooter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with Arena of Valor already there, hitting pretty strong for a good MOBA. Yeah, I just think I'll wait for the free version of Smite, but I'll definitely play it when it's free.
Mm-hmm. Next thing, and I think this is what you were talking about. We're gonna talk a little bit about some of the Game Awards stuff that's coming up. Real quick, Celeste, I know, has a number of nominations. It is nominated for Game of the Year, and there's a bunch of other stuff. It's like Best Art Direction, Best Independent Game. And there's a bunch of other ones. I can't remember them all. And I am still really bummed I haven't had the chance to play Celeste yet.
I know, me too. It would be so awesome if that game won Game of the Year. It's not going to.
Yeah,
people would probably have a fit.
Well, it would be really cool, but it's also going up against stuff like God of War, and Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say God of War probably is gonna get it. I don't know, Spider-Man, I've heard a lot of good things, but
mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Spider-Man too, but at the same time, like, when you compare it to God of War, it's just like, eh.
Yeah.
But the other thing, and this, I almost had a little bit of a heart attack, because there was a whole bunch of stuff going around that it's like, how do you feel to know that Fortnite is nominated for the same category as these games? It's like some games that I recognize, and I'm just like, man, these were all Game of the Year, weren't they? I'm pretty sure they were Game of the Year. I don't remember. It sounds about right. Why is Fortnite nominated for Game of the Year? Like, if it's nominated, okay, I guess. I mean, at the same time, like, PUBG was nominated last year, and we all know how I felt about that.
Yeah.
So Fortnite, I am a little more lenient on with that, but at the same time, like, come on, you had a bunch of other great ones. Why is this one on there? And then I realized it was nominated for Best Ongoing Game, so I feel a lot better.
Yeah, which I think it'd actually be really cool if it won that. Which it could. It's more. I think Fortnite is more popular than Overwatch. I don't know the number.
I would say yes.
Yeah,
like esports wise, I'm pretty sure Overwatch is more popular than Fortnite, but for ongoing game and like what people are playing, what a lot of people are doing with Overwatch is they're just watching it. So like you have the Overwatch League, you've got streamers that are doing it and whatnot. So that's like where Overwatch is getting its popularity from, is more from a viewer standpoint than a player standpoint, whereas Fortnite is definitely more of a player standpoint. I can't even remember what the other ones that were nominated, but I think there was Destiny and Red Dead. No, not Red Dead. Rainbow Six Siege. Which that one's, I mean, that one's still been doing pretty good, but like I don't hear about it as much as I do Fortnite.
Yeah, I was like Fortnite with Epic sponsoring like all these like big tournaments and stuff where people are winning like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and with that, which I mean that's Epic, like giving back to the community, right? I mean, like and then now they have the in-game tournaments too that you can go on and earn points to get pins, and then I think like right now the Winter Royale is going on or something like that, which I think you're actually, as you play, you can actually qualify to go to their big Winter Royale tournament that they'll have at a location somewhere. I don't know where it's supposed to be, but check out the Fortnite podcast for that. But man, I mean, what I was going to say is like earlier, and then I was like, I'll bring it up when we talk about this.
Yeah.
The way that it has held its audience and its players, like with like events going on, and they have little videos that, you know, between seasons and even during seasons, like with the zombies or the cube monsters during this season. It's just been a lot of fun. There's the cube monsters, and then there was an event, whereas like last season they had like the missile, the missile launch. The season before that they had the meteor strike, and this season they had
missile launch, meteor strike, cube, and then there was the safe, that was like a LTM mode, like where you like which that's like right now they have. Well, they had food fight, that was a fun little thing, but yeah, they have tons of LTMs like that. But the actual events I'm talking about, it's like it only happens between a certain hour, like a certain time period, or when you go into the match, you'll actually see like this last one. You'd have to look it up. It's like when the cube explodes, and like everybody got teleported to a different dimension, and then there's this like butterfly that they reach out and touch, like it was, and then all drops in, and the entire map around where the cube was is just a different geography and stuff, and it like doing stuff like that, just like keeping people interested and making it feel like there is a story behind everything. You know, like even though it's just a battle royale, you go in each match, it's starting off with nothing, like you're going through and seeing this landscape change, and there's like a story to it. I mean, it's cool, man. It's cool. I think that'll get the I would say that probably has a pretty good chance of getting the best ongoing game. And from the other ones, like I've been hearing that Destiny 2 Forsaken really helped revitalize the game. A lot of people that were like, nah man, I'm done, have gone back to it, and they're still playing it. I never picked it up because I was just like, nah, like I can't keep doing this. I can't.
I was like, I bought Destiny 2 and it just didn't get me the way the first one did, and then I was like, I barely played it after the original story, and then it was like, well, now you can pay for more story. And I was just kind of
I had gotten a Xbox Live gift card that I used to buy Destiny 2 digitally, so I still have Destiny 2. But I used that to go and trade in the disc so I could get as much credit as I could towards, I think it was the SNES Classic at the time.
Okay, yeah.
So like, I was like, you know, I still have it because I have it digitally, but like, I played through the story of the two new expansions before Forsaken, and like I started going and trying to do some of the daily stuff again, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like I hit that point where it's like, man, I'm just mindlessly going around, and that was when I was like, yeah, no, I don't need this. I don't need the expansion. Like, if I'm just gonna mindlessly do something, like I'd rather have fun mindlessly doing something.
Yeah, and so, I'm sure people are having fun with it, but yeah. It's just, I don't know.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
Like, if I won it somewhere, I'd give it a shot, play through the story, and be like, oh man, Cade. And then, you know.
And then be done with it again. And it's like, and that story, I guarantee, is still like super short and not worth that. What, wasn't it like $20 or $30?
It was like Taken King expansion costs, so like $40, and I'm like,
$40, yeah.
Nah,
it's
man,
like,
no.
Right? It's like, don't you know there's so many free games on, and on top of still have microtransactions in that game.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, like, you know, to get like cool skins for your guns and stuff. So I was just like,
But yeah, so other than that, like Rainbow Six Siege, like it's there, it has its audience, but like it's not getting as much news traction as like Fortnite or even Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 hasn't been getting, from what I've seen, a huge amount of traction, but it has been getting some with Forsaken.
Yeah.
So, so I think it's really between Fortnite and Overwatch, and at this point, like I'm pretty sure Fortnite has it. But if Overwatch won, I wouldn't be as surprised as if like Destiny or Rainbow Six Siege won.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the last little bit of news that we've got, and this isn't really much news because we've been talking about it forever. Everybody's been talking about it. Next week, Smash comes out. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna. I remember seeing in the N64 Josh's Discord that he was like, man, I'm gonna have to go through and I gotta clear out some of my friends list. And I was like, man, I haven't been able to play online as much. Like I don't do Splatoon and like Mario Kart. I haven't been awake for. And it's just like, man, we haven't played a lot of stuff.
I hope he doesn't delete me.
I hope he doesn't delete me. He's still on my friends list, so
yeah,
I must still be on his.
Don't delete us.
But yeah, no, like I want to try and get on it with Smash with him as much as I can, but like it's just basically waiting for that. Just waiting for that.
Yeah. Hey, he's listening to Spotify right now. My Discord's just telling me that.
Okay.
Maybe he's catching up on our podcast.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I know he listens every once in a while, so and we appreciate that. But yeah, so man, Smash is coming out next week. I'm super excited about it. Like I'm pretty much gonna open it and then I'm just gonna hand the empty case to my wife and be like, just wrap this for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're going to which I need to put a thing in the Houston Switch Club Facebook group. But did I already tell you we're going to the midnight opening for the midnight release for?
You mentioned that it's like you found out that they were that your local GameStop was doing a midnight release, so you canceled your Amazon order so that you could get it at midnight because there's no saving money now. Yeah. I just couldn't remember if I told you that while we were recording or if that was before. That was before. Before.
So what he said, that's what I did, and yeah, I'm gonna put it in the Houston Switch Club. That'd be cool if some of them came out, but it'll be fun.
I'll look at it and I'll like it and be like, "Have fun, man," because I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah. It'll be Elliot's first midnight release for a game. I think Smash Brothers being that is pretty appropriate. Probably pretty memorable.
I feel like I brought Fiona to a midnight release. What it was, I do not remember. It might have been Pokemon. Maybe. I don't remember. I don't know if I've done a midnight release. It would have been
Sun or Moon.
Sun and Moon, I think.
Okay. Yeah, man.
I don't remember.
Making memories, taking names.
Yep.
What?
I mean, I would have taken her with me to... Oh, you know what? I might have done... No, Odyssey didn't have a midnight release. That's right. I remember asking about that. But the Nintendo Switch release, I was going to take her with me, but I also worked that night. So I grabbed my Switch, and then went to work. Immediately went to work. So...
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Meh.
Cool, man. Cool.
All right. But...
Well, it's been awesome catching up with you.
Yes. It's been, like I said, it's been a while between a couple of different things, especially with, like, the holiday season. It's nuts, anyways.
Yeah. My side job picks up so hard. Like, I had a shed to do. I built a shed today. Tomorrow I have to relocate a trampoline. I hate that side job, man, but it gives me money, so I keep doing it.
Yeah, with my job, I picked up an extra day, and now I'm doing collection, so I get to pick up all the stuff that I dropped off on Saturday and Sunday.
Ooh, fun.
Oh, yeah, now I get to see. It's like, oh, man, you got 10 New York Times, and I'm bringing back 9. So glad we gave you 10. But, you know, it's an extra $100 a week, so... I'm not going to complain about it for like 4 hours of work.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But I think that's about all we got for this week.
I think so.
All right. So we're going to start wrapping things up. Draco, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Draco Augustus. And if you'd like to email me, you can email me at draco@mulehorngaming.com. And yeah. You can also look up the Houston Switch Club on Facebook, whether you're in Houston or not.
Faceagram? Faceagram, Instabook, one of those things.
Face the book. Yeah. It doesn't have an Instagram actually, so just Facebook. But yeah, we just talk Nintendo stuff every now and then there.
Mm-hmm. And as always, for me, you can find me everywhere as ScrapGear, except apparently on a couple of games. Like if you wanted to play Paladins on PC with me, which isn't going to happen because I'll just play it on my Switch because it lets me use ScrapGear there. Also, Warframe. You're not going to find me on Switch with that one with the Switch just because it's like I had to use Gearbot again because it's my secondary go-to name. Like I can't even switch around letters to be like, oh no, that's totally a 4, not an A, and it's like no, it still says crap in the middle of the word scrap. For a second, I thought it was going to let me go through, and it's like, ding! Oh, nope, that name's not okay. I was like, man.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. So like I said, you can find me everywhere as ScrapGear. Also, be sure to follow Nindies and Indies on Twitter at Nindies and Indies. That's Nindies twice, because and was too long. And if you like, general geekery and, nerdy stuff, comic books, movies, video games, other stuff like that, be sure to check out mulehorngaming.com. That's our home site. That's where we post our episode every week. We've got it on our Podbean, and then it goes out to all the other podcasting platforms. But we have a main post for the episode on mulehorngaming.com. And if you like listening to video game podcasts, be sure to check out Analog Assault, the official video game podcast of mulehorngaming.com. But that is going to do it for episode 26 of Nindies and Indies. Until next time, GG.
GG.